Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with my lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and in sincerity. And the topic of the lesson I want to get into is only the Lord can judge me. All right, only the Lord can judge me. All right, and that's what many people, all right, in the world believe, is that only the Lord can judge them. All right, and that's far from the truth, because we know, all right, according to the scriptures, is that the Lord has always used the prophets, all right, to, all right, judge the people, all right, tell the people of, all right, the judgment that will befall them if they fail to, all right, get themselves in line, all right, get themselves in order, all right. And you know, it's always been that way. It's never changed. And the only reason why, all right, people believe that is because, all right, that's what the churches pull. All right, that's what these churches be pulling, man. All right, ain't nobody can judge me but the Lord, and that's far from the truth, man. All right, the Lord has always used his prophets, all right, to tell the people of the judgment that will come on the face of the earth if the people didn't listen. All right, that's why when prophets used to come into the land, people would either, you know, it either would be good news or bad news. All right, and they always feared, all right, when men of the Lord was in the area, because they wasn't sure, all right, of what was really going on. All right, so we're gonna get some scriptures, and Lord willing, this video will be edifying, all right, to whoever may be listening. All right. Shalakiyakim, bear with me. All right, this is John chapter 4. Shalakia, this is John chapter 7, verse 24. And it says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgments. Okay, and many of brothers, all right, they don't really judge according to the appearance, man. All right. Because we know through the spirit that you are not an Israelite, all right, by your flesh. All right, you are Israelite by blood, by your spirit. Okay, so that's one form of us judging you, all right, or one form of the prophets of the Lord judging, all right. So again, it says, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgments. And that's also goes for, you know, we ask certain Jake's questions, man, you know, or we see Jake doing certain things that are going off according to the scriptures. All right, Jake committing adultery, Jake stealing, Jake being a menace, Jake murdering each other. All right, all of these things, all right, we go out on the highways and the byways and we tell people that those things aren't right according to the scriptures. All right, and that is judging them with righteous judgment. Because what is going, all right, it's going according to the Heavenly Father's, you know, blueprint on how you should be living your life. All right, so let's go here. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15. And it says, but the spiritual judge all things, yet he himself is judge of no man. So a spiritual man judges all things. He's able to discern, all right from wrong, because what? He's been given the spiritual knowledge to do so from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, the Lord has put the spirit on that man, all right, to be able to be a prophet and judge righteously. All right. So again, all right, it says, but he that is spiritual judgeth all things, but he himself is judge of no man, man. So, you know, if you're a man of the Lord and you're doing what's right, no man can, you know, judge you, man, because you're going, all right, off the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. All right, you're living your life according to the scriptures. The only way somebody would be able to judge you, all right, is if you wouldn't living your life according to the scriptures, man. If you were being a hypocrite, all right. And that's what some of these, you know, people are, man. They're hypocrites, man. All right. The scriptures tell us that, all right, at least you pull, all right, the beam out your own eye before you basically judge another man, man. Meaning, you know, you can't be doing the same thing, all right, or preaching that you're doing these things, all right, and judging other people about it, but yet you're over here doing it behind closed doors, the same thing that you're judging them for. All right, now that's unrighteous judging, man. All right, and the Lord's not dealing with that, man. But for the men of the Lord that are following according to the Lord's will, okay, those men cannot be judged by other men because they're simply not doing it. You know, let's go here to 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? All right, so the men of the Lord, all right, are going to judge angels. And what that means is that in the kingdom of heaven, all right, in the kingdom to come, all right, that's going to be established on the earth, the men of the Lord are going to be able to give the angels, all right, charge on what to do. All right, give them instructions. All right, that's the position, all right, that the men of the Lord are going to have, man, to be able to judge angels. All right, give them directions, give them orders. How much more, all right, it says, all right, how much more things that pertain to this life. All right, so how much more the things that are whenever we on this side, man. You know, so the men of the Lord, man, have been given, all right, that authority, man. All right, let's continue on. Let's go here to Isaiah 58 and 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions. So if you're showing people their transgressions, you're judging them and telling them, look, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is what you are supposed to be doing. You know, it says in the house of Israel, their sins. So, you know, you have certain people that say, oh, well, nobody can tell me that I can't do this, or nobody can tell me that I can't do that. Well, here the scriptures tell us that, all right, the men of the Lord can show you your transgressions and tell you that what you can and what you can't do. All right, in hopes that what? You'll return back to the Lord, man. All right, and that you won't be faced by his judgments. All right, let's go here. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 12. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, Yahweh, and he shall know, Shalakia Akim. All right, I'm in transit, so bear with me. And he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of Yahweh, my God, and the name of the city of God, which in New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my power, God, and I will write unto him a new name. So the men of the Lord are going to be pillars in the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, and to be a pillar is to be a judge, to be a authoritarian figure. All right, let's go here, man, to prove that point. All right, what a pillar is. All right, this is Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. And it says, and Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, Shalaki, bear with me, Akim. Bear with me for 1 second. All right, it says, and Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the reincarnation, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So the men of the Lord, man, all right, who are back on the earth today through reincarnation, all right, when the Lord returns, all right, they're going to sit, all right, beside Yahushua, all right, and judge the 12 tribes of Israel, man. All right, govern over them. All right. And it says, 29, and everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or fathers, or mothers, or wives, or children, or lands, for my sake, shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So that's what the men of the Lord are doing, man. All right, they're sacrificing everything, all right, that they have, all right, on this side, all right, managing their time, all right, to push this word and be judges and teachers, all right. And for exchange, the Lord is gonna give you a seat, all right, in his kingdom to be a judge, all right, over Israel and the other nations. All right, so for people to say that, all right, we can't judge, man, that's biblically scripturally incorrect, man. All right, so that's the lesson, Lord willing, it was edifying. Again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Salutations and blessings to the Akim that do this work in truth and sincerity. Until the next time, Lord willing, I say shalom.